Money was intended to help small businesses, but it went to fancy cars and property.
America, if you're one of those criminals who stole PPP money during C-19, you better start looking over your shoulder. Congress gave federal government 10 years to hunt down instead of 5, which means every fraudster who thought that they were safe after 2025 just got a rude awakening. We're talking about $80 billion stolen from taxpayer money that was supposed to save struggling businesses while they were buying mansions, Lamborghinis, and plastic surgery. But here's the best part. These criminals are about to find out that federal prison doesn't have yacht clubs or cosmetic surgeons.
Carl Torjagbo used some of that money to buy this house. Authorities say he cheated the government out of millions of dollars so he could lead a lavish lifestyle.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This extension just turned every PPP fraudster's 5-year countdown into a 10-year nightmare, and I'm absolutely here for it. Let me break down just how bad this PPP fraud problem really was. Out of $800 billion in PPP money that was supposed to help small businesses survive C-19, fraudsters made off with an estimated $80 billion. That's $80 billion of your tax dollars stolen by criminals who exploited a national emergency.
According to an NBC News analysis, out of $800 billion in PPP money, fraudsters made off with $80 billion of it. The government trying to recover the money.
The fraud was so sophisticated and widespread that the original 5-year statute of limitation wasn't enough time for investigators to build cases around the worst offenders. These weren't just simple application lies. We're talking about elaborate criminal networks that created fake businesses, inflated employee counts, and laundered money through multiple accounts. Take Carl Torjagbo from Marietta, Georgia. This fraudster got $9.6 million in PPP loans, claiming he had a company called KMCOV Industries that was supposedly running a gold mine in Ghana with 493 employees.
KMCOV Industries was running a gold mine in Ghana.
The company was fake, and so were the hundreds of employees he said worked for him.
But here's the kicker. Those 493 employees included Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman, Oliver Twist, and Jon Snow. This guy literally used fictional characters and celebrities as fake employees, and the system was so overwhelmed that it got approved anyways. These PPP fraudsters didn't just steal money, they flaunted it. Torjagbo spent his stolen $13 million on a $1.7 million house in East Cobb, luxury cars, including a $118,000 BMW and an $887,000 Range Rover, a down payment on a 72-foot yacht, and even $15,000 worth of plastic surgery for, you guessed it, gladiator abs.
He spent that money on this home in East Cobb, land in Northwest Georgia, a number of high-end vehicles, a down payment on a 72-foot yacht.
While legitimate small businesses were struggling to keep their doors open and pay their employees, this criminal was getting cosmetic surgery to look like Drake with taxpayer money. The audacity is absolutely staggering here.
During the past 2 years, we have followed the owners of small businesses across Metro Atlanta who were at risk of going under during the pandemic, unable to get the PPP money that could help them.
And Torjagbo isn't alone. We've seen fraudsters across the country buying Lamborghinis, mansions, jewelry, and even funding other criminal enterprises with stolen PPP money. These weren't desperate business owners trying to survive. These were career criminals who saw an opportunity and they took it. The reason Congress extended the statute of limitations is simple. Complex fraud cases take time to investigate and prosecute. When you're dealing with sophisticated criminal networks that create elaborate paper trails using multiple bank accounts and involving dozens of co-conspirators, 5 years just isn't enough time. Federal investigators have to trace the money through multiple accounts, analyze thousands of documents, coordinate with banks and other financial institutions, and often work with international law enforcement when money was moved across overseas. Some of these cases involve cryptocurrency transactions that require specialized forensic accounting. The Secret Service estimated that C-19 relief fraud approached over $100 billion, but by December, only $1 billion has been recovered. That, my friends, is a 99% failure rate in recovery of stolen taxpayer money, and much of that failure was due to the time constraints on building cases.
Pandemic relief fraud is extensive. In December, the Secret Service estimated COVID relief fraud neared $100 billion. Only $1 billion has been recovered at that point.
The extension also brings PPP fraud in line with bank fraud statutes, which already have a 10-year limitation period. Since many PPP fraud cases involve bank fraud charges, this creates consistency in federal criminal code. What makes this even worse is that much of the PPP fraud was organized crime. We've seen cases involving car theft rings, identity theft operations, and even connections with international criminal networks.
These individuals were targeting expensive vehicles, and they had made a connection with this person that we arrested yesterday at the tag agency, so it was a perfect storm.
In one case in Florida, criminals were stealing luxury cars, creating fake VIN numbers, then using auto tag agencies to legitimize the stolen vehicles. The tag agency employee was taking $800 to $1,000 per vehicle through Cash App and Zelle to rubber stamp fraudulent paperwork.
Ms. Moran would issue them false paperwork, register the vehicle used in the Florida databases, collect $800 to $1,000 per vehicle that was presented to her through Cash App, Zelle, or other means.
We've also seen cases involving pastors who use their position of trust to commit identity theft against the elderly, then use that information to apply for fraudulent PPP loans.
Cameras were rolling as the family of Clevie Williams explained why they accused Pastor Frederick G. Smith of identity theft. The victim is Williams' mother-in-law. According to this affidavit, Pastor Smith asked for the elderly woman's Social Security card, driver's license, and MLGW bill.
For legitimate business owners who properly use PPP funds, this extension means you need to keep up all your documentation for at least 10 years. This includes payroll records, bank statements, receipts of eligible expenses, and any correspondence with your lender about loan forgiveness. For the fraudsters who thought that they were home free after 5 years, this is an absolute nightmare. Federal prosecutors can now take their time building an airtight case, and they're going to use every day of that 10-year window. The Justice Department has already created specialized task force to pursue PPP fraud, and they're working with SBA inspector generals, state and local law enforcement, and international partners to track down every stolen dollar.
Helm says there will be many more busts just like this one.
We're going to start seeing arrests and prosecutions continue well into 2030. Every fraudster who bought a luxury car, mansion, or yacht with stolen PPP money is going to be looking over their shoulder for the next decade, wondering when federal agents are going to show up at their door. America, this 10-year extension plan just turned every PPP fraudster's retirement plan into a federal prison sentence. Shout out to Biden for signing this in 2022. These criminals thought that they could steal $80 million from American taxpayers during a national emergency and just wait around for 5 years. Wrong. While your local restaurant was closing down because they couldn't get legitimate PPP help, these scumbags were buying yachts and getting plastic surgery with taxpayer dollars. But I gotta tell you, the karma is coming and it's wearing a federal badge. Carl Tajagbu with the fake Drake abs is now facing 170 years in prison. His gladiator abs aren't going to help him in federal lockup, and thousands more fraudsters are about to join him as investigators work through the next decade hunting down every stolen dollar. The message here is clear. You can run, but you can't hide for 10 years. Federal investigators have all the time in the world now, and they're coming for every fraudster who thought that they were smarter than the system. Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.